Morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Today, we are at the end of our module two. That is, we have taken a long time for the study of rocks. So today I will be completing the rock part. That is your petrology part. We will be completing. So this one is we have done your igneous rocks, then sedimentary rocks we have studied, and now today we will be studying the third kind of rocks. That is your metamorphic rocks. Okay. So like what is actually metamorphism. Metamorphism, or you can say, just a second, some students are waiting. We allow them. Okay. So any type of rock, that is, you can say, that forms a part of the crust. Okay. So they, all of them, all those kind of rocks that forms a part of the crust of the earth, so they may or they may not. Okay. So they may or may not undergo some physical, or you can say some chemical or some structural change. Okay. Along with time. So what happens is that this will depend upon the environment in which these rocks are existing. Okay, so at a point of time, you can say this rock, it will come to a situation or a condition of equilibrium. Okay, with the physical and the chemical environment in which it is surrounding. So what is happening is that if I say that the rock is in the equilibrium condition, so that means that these rocks, they will not changing. Okay, there will be no change in the physical or the chemical constitution of the rock. Okay, constitution of the rock. So what is happening here is that, there will be, there is some significant and some effective change in this surrounding conditions. Okay, only if there is some significant and effective change in any one of the surrounding conditions, only in that case the equilibrium, it will be disturbed, and this rock, it will be, unable to exist in its original form. Okay, so if the rock, this is in that is in our earth's crust. Okay, so it has to undergo some changes. Okay, to establish this equilibrium. Okay, so what is happening here is that, the surrounding conditions, okay, they play some important role. Okay, so what are those surrounding conditions? Those are your, like, temperature, you can say, pressure, you can say, or some chemically active fluids, like you can say the liquid magma or the water. Okay, or the sea water. So those kind of conditions, they plays important role in bringing the change in the original rock. Okay, so when there is a change in, in any one or more of these parameters, like this temperature, pressure, and chemically active fluids around the rock, so there must they there must, they take place a corresponding change in this nature of the rock also. Okay, so as a whole, for the metamorphic, this rock, you can say that this is the alternation of a pre-existing igneous sedimentary or metamorphic rock. So here, this is the change or the alteration of the mineralogical or the chemical constituents, okay, in the existing original rock. Okay, by what? By the application of heat, you can say, pressure, you can say, or some chemically active fluids. Okay, basically, so metamorphic rock, it is the alteration of the pre-existing original rocks by the application of some heat, temperature, or some pressure. Okay, so this is your metamorphic, about your metamorphic rock. Okay, so next we come to, so this is a picture, you can say, this is a kind of metamorphic rock. Okay, it looks like this. So next, so this is the, I already explained, this is due to some high temperature, pressure, and some chemically active fluid. So this is the alteration that takes place in the original rocks. Okay, so this is the definition, metamorphism. Then we come to, like, what are the kinds of metamorphism that we have? Okay, so there are basically, you can say, three major kinds of metamorphisms are there. So those are your thermal metamorphism, then dynamic metamorphism, and your dynamothermal metamorphism. Okay, so again in your thermal metamorphism, there comes your three kinds of metamorphism, that is your contact metamorphism, then pyrometamorphism, then plutonic metamorphism. Okay, and dynamic metamorphism, it is also known as your clastic metamorphism, and dynamothermal metamorphism, it can also be known as your, popularly known as your regional metamorphism. Okay, so now let us we will discuss these things briefly. So first, about your thermal metamorphism, this is a kind of metamorphism. Okay, so what is here comes your contact metamorphism. So this, first of all, this thermal metamorphism, it is like, you can say, it's a general term. Okay, that is that includes a variety of your metamorphic processes, and in your thermal metamorphism, the main factor is heat. Okay, from the name itself, we can say that thermal. So here, the main factor that is playing here an important role is your heat factor in your thermal metamorphism. Okay, so here, like in contact metamorphism, so what is happening here is that it is like a common type of thermal metamorphism, and these are observed in rocks which are very close to the magmatic intrusions. Okay, so near the magmatic intrusions, you can find this contact metamorphisms happening. Okay, so in this case, you can say that the heat, the heat from this magmatic source, okay, they travel through the body of the surrounding rocks that it has around it, and they undergo some structural and some, you can say, some mineralogical changes. Okay, and that these changes, the structural and these mineralogical changes, these also depends upon their original composition, and also you can say about their intensity of the heating effects. Okay, and like here, the effect here, it's written here, effect is the most intense in the immediate neighborhood of the magnetic source, and it decreases with distance from the contact points. So here, the effect, it will be more intense in the neighborhood. Okay, the neighborhood rocks around the magnetic intrusions. Okay, and it will decrease, the effect will decrease as soon as you move further away from the contact points. So that is your contact metamorphism. So it is like occurring close to the magnetic intrusions. Okay, then we come to your pyrometamorphism. So pyrometamorphism, it is you can say another type of your thermal metamorphism. Okay, and here what is happening is that a part of the country rock is they may get entrapped within a magmatic body. So here the part of the country rock means the rock from its native or native place. Okay, so this a part of the country rock, it may get entrapped within a magnetic body. So due to this, the effects, it results due to what? It results due to some intense localized heating. Okay, some, like heating is happening there, so you can say melting is also happening there. So here you can say that it is illustrated, you can illustrate this by, like changes in a block of a sedimentary rock, you can say, that has, already it has fallen to a body of a flowing lava. Okay, so here basically the block, it may be the rock, you can say, it may be so much heated up, okay, that its original minerals, the minerals that is in that rock, the original minerals, they are forced to, you can say, recrystallize, and they again rearrange themselves in within the conditions imposed by the temperature. Okay, so that is your pyrometamorphism. Then your plutonic metamorphism is what? So it is a process of, you can say, metamorphism that it takes place due to some equally important role of some imposed loads and very high temperatures. So that means this it is taking place due to imposed loads, and what is these imposed loads are due to the burial at some great depths, and some at very high temperatures that become natural to those great depths. Okay, so these changes, okay, such changes, it takes place in rocks that are at the they are pushed down during this crustal movements. Okay, so in all these types of this thermal metamorphism, the change is you can see that the change, it is generally in the direction of what? In the direction of mineralogical reconstitution. So here the mineralogical compositions are changing in your thermal metamorphism in the process of, in the presence of heat. Okay, here heat is the important factor that is playing. Okay, so this is your about your contact metamorphism, pyrometamorphism, and your plutonic metamorphism. So next we come to your dynamic metamorphism and also your dynamothermal metamorphism. So what is a dynamic metamorphism? Already I told that dynamic metamorphism, it can also be known as your clastic metamorphism. Okay, also some other names are also there, like your mechanical metamorphism is also there, then dislocation metamorphism is also there. So these are the different names of your dynamic metamorphism. And here like is in dynamic metamorphism, the main role, okay, the main condition is your pressure. So in your thermal metamorphism, your temperature was the main the role. The main role was your temperature, heat. And here in dynamic metamorphism, here pressure factor, it plays an important role. Okay, so what happens is that this here sometimes the pressure, there are two types, you can say. The one is your hydrostatic pressure and your differential pressure. Okay, so here in sometimes the pressure, it is of the hydrostatic type, such as you can say the load of the overlying rocks. Okay, and then if the pressure is of the hydrostatic type, so it is, the process is known as your load metamorphism. Okay, another name is there, it is your load metamorphism. So basically in your dynamic metamorphism, you can say that there is a very little, or there is no change or no formation of any new minerals, okay, as compared to your thermal metamorphism. Okay, and these in the dynamic metamorphism, these are the original textures and structures of the rocks. Okay, so this is about your dynamic metamorphism. Now we come to your dynamothermal metamorphism. So dynamothermal metamorphism, it is already known, it is also known as your regional metamorphism, and this is, it is considered very important type of your metamorphic process. So here what is happening, it is involving the development of some large scale changes in the structural and chemical constitution of the pre-existing rocks under the combined action of pressure, temperature, and your fluids. So what is happening here is that, such conditions, they were available during the, like the mountain building activity that is in the prevailing in the history of the earth. Okay, so these metamorphic rocks, formed through this regional metamorphism, they occur in the form of, like extensive mountain belts, you can say, and also they also occur, in the core portions of mountain systems. Okay, so this is your dynamo thermal metamorphism. So these are the kinds of your metamorphism that is taking place. So next we come to your metasomatism. Okay, this is another term. This is known as your metasomatism. Okay, let me give you the, just wait. Let me give you the link of your attendance form. Okay, you can fill it up till then. Let me give you it. Did you get the link? Is the link visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone? Okay, you fill up that, you don't give the attendance in the chat box, okay? You fill up the attendance in the this Google form link that I have shared. Okay, so let me, okay. So next is your metasomatism. Okay. So what is metasomatism? You can say here, you can say that this is the, like metamorphic process. It is a kind of a metamorphic process. It involves it involves the formation of some new minerals. Okay. It is a metamorphic process involving the formation of some new minerals by what? By the mechanism of some chemical replacement. Okay, so there is a chemical replacement of the pre-existing minerals under the influence of some chemically active fluids. So here the new minerals are being formed by the mechanism of some the replacement of some chemicals of the pre-existing minerals and also under the influence of some chemically active fluids. So this metasomatism, okay, it can like the metasomatic replacement of minerals, you can say it takes place like either at the atomic level or at the solid state. Okay, so these chemically active fluids, these may be provided from either from within the rock or you can say from outside the rock. Okay, and the process of this metasomatism, it is like sometimes distinguished into also some of the terms known as your like hydrothermal. So what is hydrothermal metasomatism? Like when the fluids they are in the form of solutions. Then comes your pneumatolytic. So what is pneumatolytic metasomatism? So it is like when the fluids are in the form of gases or vapors. Okay. Then comes your additive metasomatism. So that is your when like the net result of this process, okay, is like it is here adding some new constituent. You are adding some new constituent here to the net result of the process. So that is your additive metasomatism. And comes your expulsive metasomatism. So here, like when some of the component it gets removed from the from the original composition of the rock. So that is your expulsive metasomatism. Okay. So this is about your metasomatism. So next is your, we go to the metamorphic grades, zones, and the phases. Okay. So what is first of all metamorphic grade? Okay, so you can say the metamorphic grades, these are the extent or you can say the degree to which like an original rock it is changed due to some metamorphism. Okay, so these to the degree to which a original rock it changes, okay, due to metamorphism, it can be like expressed in terms of your metamorphic grade. So we have three types of metamorphic grades. That is your low grade, then comes your medium grade, and your high grade. So what is a low grade low grade of metamorphic? This one. So it is your it is called a low grade. Okay, when like the temperature it is between your 200 to 400 degrees Celsius, and here a very large pressure is there. Okay, a very large pressure is there, and also you can say here, there are some minerals. Okay, these grades, these are indicated by the set of some minerals, and those are known as your index minerals. So here for the low grade uh, low metamorphic grade, so what is the important index minerals are, they are lomonite or prehnite or lawsonite. So there are some names. Okay, so these are your index minerals of your low grade. Then coming to the medium grade, so this medium grade, it prevails up to a temperature of 650 degrees Celsius, and it is like indicated by like some index minerals like what, storolite and cordierite. Okay, so storolite and cordierite are the index minerals of the medium grade, and here the pressure variations, they play a very important role like in determining the stability of the various minerals formed in this grade. Okay, and here last is your high grade. So high grade is, it is uh, safe to be begin at the temperatures around your 580 degrees Celsius. Okay, and it has a pressure of 3.5 kV, and it continues up to a temperature of 800 degrees Celsius. And here, what are the index minerals? That is important here is your hypersteny. Okay, so these are some of the names of your high grade metamorphism. So next is your metamorphic zones. So what is a metamorphic zone? So, like the grade of this metamorphism, it generally increases with depth. Okay. So, here, what is happening here is that when the this grade of this metamorphism, it increases with depth. So, it is, characterized by the metamorphic zones. That means in this metamorphic zone, how is the metamorphic grades is working? So you have, that is your metamorphic zone. Okay, so this metamorphic zones, it will like signify the range of the metamorphic effects. It will signify the range of the metamorphic effects at some different depths below the surface of the earth. So those are your epizone, mesozone, and ketazone. So there are three metamorphic zones are there. So epizone, it is the epizone, it is near the surface zone. Okay, it is near the surface zone, and here it is characterized, this epizone, it is characterized by a low temperature. Basically here the temperature is less than 300 degrees Celsius, and it has a strong shear stress. Okay, and the rocks in this epizone, you can say they are metamorphosed under the influence of your dynamic metamorphism. Okay, and your the some of the common rocks resulting in this zone are, you can say, slates or mica schist. So these are generally occurring in this epizone. The next comes your mesozone. So mesozone, it is your like the middle zone in which the temperature, it is also plays a very important role, and the temperature is moderate here, like it is between 300 to 500 degrees Celsius, and the pressure factor, it is of two types, like shear as well as your hydrostatic type. So here basically dynamothermal metamorphism is the, you can say it's the typical process of this zone. And also what are the uh, rocks occurring here, these are like some high grade cyst. Okay, so you can say garnet cysts are occurring in this type of mesozone. Then comes your kita zone. So kita zone, it is a high temperature. Okay, it is occurring in a very high temperature and it has a great depth. Okay, like the metamorphic zone. Okay, where the hydrostatic stresses are quite dominant. And here, the plutonic metamorphism that we have studied, it is the representative kind. And here, what is the rock that is forming? You can say gneiss. Okay, gneiss is occurring in this Kita zone. So this is your metamorphic grades and metamorphic zones. Now coming to the
So, ma'am,
metamorphic
hello.
phases. Yes.
So,
Hello.
ma'am, can you go back to the slide?
Yeah. Okay, Temajad, let me finish this metamorphic phases. After that, you ask. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay, let me finish it because I have to finish it anyhow for today. Okay, so coming to this metamorphic phases. So here, this metamorphic phases, it is like you can say this is the association of some metamorphic rocks that it has formed under some closely related metamorphic environment. So here, there is a range of temperature or pressure or chemically active fluid conditions. So in this type of, association of metamorphic rocks is known as your metamorphic phases. And here, in this metamorphic phases, there was a person named as P. Escola. So he has proposed different types of 8 phases in the metamorphic rocks. So there are basically 8 phases. So I have not put the this phases name here. So basically there are different types of, at present there are 10 metamorphic phases are there. So different names are there, like you can say amphibolite, then granulite, then just different names are there. I will, if possible, I will show you the table in the next class. Okay. So basically, this metamorphic phases, these are the association of the metamorphic rocks that have formed like under a closely related, you can say, metamorphic environment. Okay, that is within a range of, you can say, temperature, then pressure, then chemically active fluids. Okay, so these are all together, it is known as your metamorphic phases. Okay, so actually this metamorphic rocks or this igneous rocks or the sedimentary rocks, basically these are a very long chapters. Okay, there are many things to be studied, but since our geology, this subject in your fourth semester, it is only of 1 credit and we are having only 10 classes. But the syllabus, it is a very vast. Okay, it is not like that of a 1 credit subject. So we have to skip some things, but I will be giving you the PDF so that you can study for your MCQs. Okay, the things which I have like given in your studying in your class or we have discussed in the class, only that part will only come. Okay. Okay. Okay, Tem Ajad, you can ask now.
To the second last slide, ma'am.
This one.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So here, ma'am, epijon, since
Yes.
temperature increase in the
Uh,
depth.
uh, uh, uh.
So that means low grade will occur in epijon.
Sorry, I didn't get you. Can you again repeat your question?
Low grade will be occur in epijon.
Okay, okay. So you were telling me that this low grade here, it is 200 to 400 degrees Celsius, and in epizone you can say it is generally less than 300 degrees Celsius. Okay, so basically, yeah, you can say low grade metamorphic grades, it will occur in the epizone part. You can say that. Yes. Okay.
So, ma'am, shear stress in the epizone is greater than the shear stress in the mesozone.
Actually it is not it is not, you cannot like compare these two. Okay, it is not like that low grade you are seeing here, so in epizone also you are saying that it is low temperature, so it is low grade. No, you cannot compare these two actually. the thing is that both are different. Okay, this metamorphic grade is also different. Here metamorphic grades are only it is characterized by the temperature variations, and in metamorphic zones, it is you can say characterized by the depths. Okay, so you cannot like say that epizone it is happening for a low grade, or mesozone it is happening for a medium grade. Not like that actually. Okay.
So in zones, which zone will have greater pressure? Is
Which
it in
zone?
yeah, like zone, Keta zone, like EP zone and Meso zone?
No, pressure factor is not coming here. Pressure factor is coming only in your mesozone part. Okay. In the pressure
Okay.
factor, it is coming in your mesozone part.
So only it will
Yeah.
occur only in Meso zone.
Mesozone, yes. In mesozone part, your pressure factor is coming. Okay. Both your temperature and your pressure factor is coming. Okay. So, next class. So see, if you can give me some, basically what I was thinking, that I have a like third module, fourth module, fifth module I have to complete, and it's such a vast course, and I'm getting only one class. So if possible, if I can take on Saturday also, let me see if I can take. So if I remain free, or if you people also remain free, then I would like to take your Saturday like 3 p.m. class also. Okay. So if you don't have any class on Saturday, then I can take, so that I can finish it up quickly, because I think only up to July your classes are there. So I have to complete it anyhow. So anyways, don't take tension. I will complete it. Okay. Okay. So everyone has filled up the form. Everyone, I hope everyone has filled up the form.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, okay. Then okay, then we will see you in the next class. Might be on Saturday also, if I remain free, or if you people also remain free, or on next Thursday. Okay? With a new chapter or new module. Okay. Thank you everyone.
Okay. Thank
Thank
you.
you, ma'am.
Thank you.